also start recording, because that's a thing that we should do. Hello, YouTube. You get the second hello. It's not because I love you any less. In fact, it's because I love you just the same that I even give you a hello. Alright, we're going to switch over to here. I hope everyone has had a wonderful couple of weeks. I know that I certainly have. However, on a much duller note, when I switch over to the screen, I hope everybody remembers immediately what occurred 2 weeks ago. Yes, that's right. We lost a character. As unfortunate and painful as that is sometimes, it does indeed happen. So we say goodbye to Vi one final time, and I'm sure that the players will have their lamentations at some point throughout the rest of the show. Which, speaking of, let's see, who's here? Who showed up? It appears that half of my players are here. That's great. That's good. That's good stuff. So, I'm going to turn it on, and we're going to start talking to these people, see how they have been, and we'll jump right into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, come on. Yeah, I really, I'm overjoyed that I can play it again.
Right. Also, hello, Liam.
Howdy. I just arrived to Jackson's incoherent screaming, which I think kind of sums up this entire group.
Yes. He was playing Skyrim. Or still is.
Very exciting.
I'm happy. I feel like a child again.
Hello, everyone.
It makes me feel like I'm back in high school, which is a good feeling.
I mean, the game
That's
is like
right.
what, 5 years old?
Yeah, it is. It's second year in high school, I believe.
For me, it was like third year high school.
Well, I say again, our school systems are different. Second year of high school.
It's junior.
Yes. No, it's. Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We had up here. Depending on where you were at, you either like. There's a town near, my town. About like at most maybe a 10-minute drive, which is known as Mannheim, and they have that system where the middle school is set up for 7th, 8th, and 9th graders, while the high school is set up for sophomores, juniors, and seniors. But my school was set up with the freshmen, 9th graders, along with the other three. And then middle school was just 7th and 8th grade.
So, I need your opinion on something.
Mm-hmm.
Who should I marry?
In Skyrim?
Yeah.
That is a good question.
It seems like
I didn't get that far yet with my Skyrim. I build my home, slightly, and I don't remember who you could marry in the game, so I'm just kind of winging it.
As funny as it sounds, I married the first person I found out I could. It
was the Thane from Whiterun?
No, I told you, I don't travel with them, ever. I married an orc named Borgok the Steelheart.
oh my God.
Yeah, orcs are a funny story with my character. Because what happened was I went on a quest to get the gloves of smithing for one of the orc clans, or some horseshit like that. And so I went to go give it to him, the clan leader. They locked me out, and it was bugged, so they wouldn't let me back in, even though they were like I was granted entry before to do this quest, and then it bugged out that I couldn't do it anymore. And I was like, "Look, let me just hit." And the one dude's like, "No, if you persist, I'll kill you." And I was like, "No, just let me in." So I tried going inside, and the dude started attacking me. Lo and behold, I cleansed Skyrim of all of its orc clans. I was like, you know what? Orcs are assholes. Fuck them all.
I gotta say, orcs looked a lot better in the in Oblivion than they did in Skyrim.
Mhm.
Everything looks better. Like I liked Skyrim's like gritty, like reality version of everything. But I liked Oblivion the fact that it was more cartoony.
Mhm.
Hello, everyone.
Also, I love the fact that you can't make a handsome character ever in either Oblivion or Skyrim. They all look like shit.
Isn't that just a Bethesda feature?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Have you ever played Fallout? Because I'm fairly certain you cannot make an attractive character in those games either.
Yep. Is our Brexian monkey not awake?
It looks like him and Brian, who eventually did come back last night. I see. After his power got knocked out.
Hmm.
But we'll start from the bottom this week. Liam, tell us all about how the past 2 weeks have gone for you, sir. Anything new and exciting, or same old, same old? Liam.
Yeah, sorry. Distracted by something else.
It's okay.
Yeah, nothing particularly thrilling. I got kind of viciously sick last week, so I've just been recovering from that this whole time. But
Yeah. Fantastic. Viciously sick. Well, let's hope it's not communicable via internet.
I don't know. I got those fiber optic wires now. Yeah, there you see it is.
Yeah, apparently. Because since I go back to work in 2 days, and that makes me real fucking sad, I don't want to be sick. Well, that's fantastic. Megan? Hello.
Hi, hello.
If
I'm
you're-
already sick. I'm already sick, so it's okay. I won't catch it through the cables.
It's true. If you haven't been watching the stream, the only image I have up is the hearts drawn around your character.
I know, I saw that. I appreciate it. It's so cute and sad all at the same time.
Operation Fields is gonna be happening.
Yeah, very sad, but also there is a light that shines in the darkness with
Indeed.
new,
In fact.
new fresh blood.
Yeah, that light looks pretty damn bright. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, the light is fairly bright.
Hello?
Oh, hi, Brian.
Brian.
Hi, guys. I just got off work. I made it a little late.
It's okay. You beat Will. So
You beat the monkey, so you're good.
By the way, I forgot to tell you, you get 8 experience points.
Oh, thank you. I didn't think I would. I don't deserve them.
Yeah, I don't want
You
anybody.
You actually
You
don't?
actually don't.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault that he wasn't there.
It wasn't.
Anyway, Megan, what's been going on in your life besides being deathly ill, as well?
My students are already in like Christmas mode, which makes me want to die.
But I love Christmas.
Well, yeah, but like they're all
They
like
get too excited.
starting the countdown to Christmas, and they're singing Christmas songs, and I'm like, guys, it's not even Thanksgiving yet. Like,
I started singing
Please.
Christmas songs when it was Halloween.
Until it is December, I do not recognize Christmas as a holiday.
agreed. But yeah, so they've been insane. But you know, you deal. You know,
Yeah, fantastic.
yeah.
Brian's changing, so Jackson, tell us about your 2 weeks, sir. How you've been?
I got slapped a couple times in the face.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Did you deserve
Oh.
it?
Probably, yeah. I really don't want to go into that, but I actually started because I was a dick. I actually started put in an application to get my master's.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hooray,
Yeah.
schooling.
Yeah.
Well, that's
What are
fantastic.
you going to master?
I plan on mastering a Dick Fu.
I think
and
he was
information.
actually asking, like, legitimately, what are you planning
Oh.
to master in?
Well, that without a doubt.
They have that program?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, I tried to get in, but you needed so many prerequisites.
Right. Yeah.
I needed $500, and I need to send a dick pic, and it had to be professionally done. I went to Sears for it.
Right. You gotta like go get
Yours is professional?
Yeah,
You gotta go get a glamour shot of your genitals.
like it.
Yeah.
I keep on imagining, those like children pictures, the ones where they're like especially around Christmas time, where they are sitting on these weird green things, and there's a backdrop behind them.
Right.
So you've got a hideous Bagley sweater.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, it's information technology.
Fantastic. Well, I wish you the best of luck.
No, you
that is
don't.
Something. No, I truly do. This is something that I realized that school just wasn't for me. And so I can applaud everyone who does make an attempt at doing that.
Yeah.
And wish them the greatest of luck.
Mm-hmm.
Dalton, how have you been for 2 weeks? What's been going on?
Well, first off, Jordan,
What's up?
happy birthday, man.
Thanks.
I figured I'd tell it in more of in person, but not in person over internet, but
Indeed.
close enough as
Close
I
enough.
can get.
You're only a day late.
Well, I said it on the day,
True.
so,
True.
and this was the closest I could do because I couldn't get into the L5R chat to just jump in and say happy birthday, Jordan, and then leave
Yes,
because
I'm
it's
aware.
locked out. But anyways, aside from that, I have been alright, I suppose. Work is work. Increasingly shittingly as Turkey Day approaches my store. Because everyone is insisting on the idea that they are preparing the feast for their last of their kind.
Right.
And-
Because we're Americans, and when Americans have to eat, we literally will eat all of the things.
My
And,
store's closed. Thanksgiving.
well, my store closes at a certain time for Thanksgiving, but it's just everyone's like literally preparing for it, and like we're literally getting cleared out of like certain items, such as broth, gravy, Turkey Day stuff, and that's been fun because I've been getting trashed on with my work constantly, so it's good stuff. What else? We're gonna play this game. I got a tall glass of Jack and Coke, and I guess that's it. Been doing me.
That's fantastic. That sounds great. Brian, tell us how your 2 weeks have been.
Well, to say a little bit, it's been kind of hectic, but
A not normal
Not-
Brian week.
not. Yeah, it's been pretty crazy. I'm not used to it. It was
Do tell.
scary. It's getting cold where I live, relatively. Like today, it was 50 degrees when normally it's 90 in
Holy
the
shit,
morning.
that's like parka weather for me.
Yeah. So you know exactly what I'm talking about, Jordan. When you're used to like 90 every day and it's
Yeah.
fucking 50 in the morning, yeah, it's pretty great. I love it.
I'm not gonna lie, I love that in between hot and cold temperature where it's like
Oh,
just
yeah.
a little bit chilly outside, but I could still wear shorts if I really wanted to. It's the best
Yep.
temperature.
For me, that temperature is like 65 to 70.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect, and
Yeah.
the sun and no
Mhm.
humidity, great.
Yep. That's
Um,
that's right in the sweet spot, I think.
Yeah. So a lot of foreigners coming to where I live because it's the season, and yeah, it's a bunch of crazy bullshit, to say the least. And I hate people. I hate people a lot. That's about it.
Same. I do that often. But yes, the weather you just described is spring to us normal Americans, by the way. Unlike you huge heat wave people.
I mean, yeah, we're supposed
Who
to
live
get
in
snow
the-
on Sunday, so like whatever.
I know, it's great! I love it! I'm prepared.
I
My
want it.
body awaits for snow.
I need snow in my life. I want it.
I'm the type of guy who's waiting for the snow just to start singing and muttering to myself, it's a wonderful time of the year.
I fucking hate
Because I
living
love
in the South.
I love
these
snow.
times.
It is just a joy. And my perfect wet weather is when it's nothing outside. So I prefer 0 degrees. But that's just me. So,
You prefer 0 degrees, like 0 degrees Celsius?
0
or
degrees
0 degrees Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Fahrenheit.
Alright. Well, that's really cold.
Yeah,
It's
don't
cold.
go.
It's just when my gloves can't protect forever against the cold, and my fingertips start going numb. It's good,
Sure, yeah. Makes sense.
but the rest of my body feels alive. So it's wonderful. I love it.
I feel so alive when I'm dying.
So, yeah, that's it's fun times, Brian. It's fun times.
It's fantastic. Well, I have been extremely busy with things that are not related to gaming or video games. I was on a business trip for like 6 days. It went really, really well. And I worked a lot on my vacation, which was always a hell of a time, of course. But it was worth it because hopefully in about a couple of months I will have a massive change in situation and be able to advance my goals as a human being very shortly. So that's good. However, I did have a bit of a chance to go over some things with some characters, like with our new soon-to-be introduced character.
That's so sad.
Yeah, and so things have been going really good. I gotta go to work in 2 days, which makes me really fucking sad, and really, really sad. And besides that, I haven't been really doing much of anything else except for playing lots of video games. Playing Fallout New Vegas recently. I played a fuckload of RimWorld, but now, after seeing everybody play Planet Coaster, I booted up Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 Platinum Edition again, and I've been playing that because that is a lot of fun.
Because
And
Roller
yes.
Coaster Tycoon's addicting as hell.
Yes, it is. Although, see, like, I'm probably at the end of my rope with it because I'm at the point where I'm never in any danger of going bankrupt anymore. It's just literally I hit the fast speed button and wait for me to have enough money to do things. Because
Yeah.
it's really easy to manage parks in that game. But that's not really where the fun of it is. The fun of it is creating a cool fucking theme park, right? So, been pretty...
Yeah, if you mean Death Trap, then obviously.
Yeah, I haven't really been doing a whole lot of, like, I've just been trying to, like, do the goals and the missions for right now in the career mode, but I think that very shortly I will be branching into, like, just creating my own shit. So that's cool. That's pretty much what I've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
However, in reference to this game, and has Will made it yet? No, he has not. Well, hopefully he's got his alerts turned on. Anywhoozle, speaking of Siege of the Empire, because I have had a little bit of opportunity to do some work, because obviously plans change and things change with what's going on. So, we come back in to our intrepid adventurers who, let me just remind everybody what exactly is going on here. So, the group of you, and we'll move Chester in here real quick, since you guys have been battling and killing and slaying the things. So the group of you just fought a very hard-fought battle, and of the currently conscious, there is Arkady and Chester, and you guys are probably like heavily panting and, you know, standing over the final body of this dead Skaven. And running around to your companions, you find that 3 of them appear to be stabilized and just need to rest. But Vi, unfortunately, something had punctured her lungs, and she did not survive the encounter. And so I want to see this scene just immediately after the carnage, and then maybe we'll fast forward to everybody waking up. But I want to see the scene immediately after the carnage where the only 2 conscious individuals, being Chester and Arkady, are doing what they're doing. I dragged all the bodies in because I assume you guys would have wanted to do that and still be on guard for any, you know, future Skaven that may come in.
Dane's there too.
Yep.
Dane is
Probably.
also conscious. That's correct. Yeah, Dane is also there, kind of flitting about.
Is there a jar we could put Dane in?
Yeah,
Is
absolutely. There absolutely is.
I think that would be a cooperative effort.
I mean, only if it's necessary. And yeah, I'm not sure cooperation is the first thing that's going to happen right now.
I mean, with Hannibal down, he might just be like quiet. We never know.
Can only imagine. But anyways.
Yeah, so the 2 of you, having discovered all of this, what is your like initial reactions? Because obviously getting all 4 people out may be hard, especially since Arkady is not the most
The tallest of people.
well. He's probably strong enough to drag one of them, but there's 4 of
Physically
them.
inclined.
Right? There's 4 bodies, yeah, that would need to be essentially carried out of and then up the ladder as well, which would probably be a task. But you guys could totally like go into doing that, and it does not appear that you are in immediate danger right now.
I'd like to point out something.
Okay, yeah. What?
I did yell something out before I went down.
About having a potion?
I had something.
Yeah, I mean, you guys. So that's the thing, is you guys could. There are perhaps potions or poultices on your party members, and you can wake them up earlier if that's a thing that you wish to do.
I mean, not right away. First, there's the bodies to be moved in. And is Chester saying anything, or?
Chester would make sure to check vitals, with checking Vi last, just sort of how it ended up.
Okay.
Because I want him to actually help move the bodies.
Right. So you get them all in, like you drag everybody in, and you're still like frantically searching for more targets, but none appear. And then you go around and start checking vitals on everybody, and you get to Vi's body, her lifeless corpse at this point.
So immediately after checking, just to see if she's breathing, if she has a pulse, and realizing that she doesn't, Chester would just collapse, not all the way, but just to his knees, and he would hold her hand and make sure that there isn't any pulse, there isn't anything from her. And he would probably do that for a solid 10 minutes. Once he really confirms that she's gone, he wouldn't say anything. He would just take her body, and he would probably move out to sort of the well area where all the water is.
So you're taking her away from the others?
Yes. Very specifically away from the others, not to be alone. Just away from the others.
What are you doing with her?
Arkady, she's... Vi's dead. Can you give me a minute?
He stares at you for a moment, trying to sort of gauge Chester's emotional state, although I imagine that's generally difficult. Yes, a minute you may have.
I promise not to be long, Arkady. It's still dangerous. And then
I recommend going alone.
I won't go far. Just out of this tunnel. And then Chester would take the body, of course.
Sure. And you're going out to the well area?
Yes.
Okay. And what would you do once you get out there?
Once I get out here, I would check Vi's body for her religious symbol, the symbol that she used to represent her divine relation.
Sure. Yeah.
And once I get it, I would make a very short, small prayer. I would get on one knee, I would take her hand, sort of cup the symbol with it, and I would proceed to say, "It hasn't been long, Vi, but you're the only reason that I've come this far. I don't know how I'm going to do this without you. I shouldn't have come in the first place. This isn't me. But to whoever your God is, to whoever gave you your powers and protected us while we did us, please take care of her. Please take care of the soul of my friend. And I will take care of the ones who did this to her down here." And then he would pick her up very gently and place her body into the bottomless well.
Sure. Are you going to remove anything from her before you do that?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm going to keep her religious symbol.
Okay.
But that's it.
Yep. Sounds great. And I assume you took like her weapons and stuff, and they're still attached to her.
They're still attached to her. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. And we see Vi slowly sink with the weight of all of her gear attached to her until she fades out of view and you're unable to see her any longer.
And then I would also throw in 2 gold coins to sort of pay her way.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Cool.
And then go and join Arkady again, slowly.
He's done yet?
Yes, it is done, Arkady. Let's take care of the rest of these guys. We should probably get them together and safe. Just give them a place to rest for now.
I'm not sure how much safer we can make this. What will you do?
You probably know more about medicine than I do, so I'll go ahead and watch the path. Make sure.
I mean, you are here because Vi had plans. What will you do now?
Well, Arkady, I'm not just gonna let them get away with this now, am I?
They're already dead. Oh, Lord.
These ones are. Just these ones. And Chester would watch.
Sure. Cool. And so I think that as you're tending to everyone, Arkady, you find that Hannibal does indeed have a poultice on him that appears like it would restore some hit points to somebody to wake him up immediately, but otherwise it'll be 2 hours before, I believe...
I have 2 of them.
Farron and Hannibal will wake up in 2 hours. Is that correct?
I mean, can I even tell that?
Smarla and Hannibal.
You can't tell how long they're going to be out, but they are definitely going to be out for some time.
And Morella?
Morella is 2 hours, sorry. Farron is 4 hours.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's any particular reason that he would want to rush it necessarily, if you can tell that they are stable.
Yeah, no, they are stable.
Given the way medicine works in this setting, I don't think he would use the poultices.
Okay.
Just as outside knowledge, if you check Morella's stuff, she has a potion on her as well.
Yeah, no, we'll save that for
That's
emergencies.
like, yeah, right. That's like in the event like something jumps you right now and you need to wake them up immediately and get them in the fight.
It's more of
like
that type.
Wait. Just in case you want to know, this guy is alive.
You think he is? That's
he might be. We're not.
True.
He won't.
And remind me, was Farron out of magic by the time he dropped?
So Farron has, I think he has some magic left.
Yeah,
He's a good player and updates his character sheet, right? Yes.
Pretty regularly.
He does have a few spells left.
Okay.
In fact, it appears he didn't use that much magic at all. He
kind of got down very
before he was able to use a whole lot of magic.
That's a shame.
Yeah, he was kind of on the shit end stick before using his plethora.
And I realize it's hard to tell underground, but sort of where in our day-night cycle are we?
So it's probably about late afternoon, maybe 3 p.m. Because you guys had gone and explored the top half of the caverns, and then you'd fought and, hung out for a little while, and then explored the bottom half. So yeah, it's about 3 p.m.
Okay. Arkady will then, once he's done his assessments, find Chester, assuming that Chester is still there guarding the door.
Yeah.
And just say, yeah, I think rest is what is best for them now. We can remain here. Seems defensible, yes?
Yeah, there's only one way in, right?
Near as we can tell.
That's probably the best we can do for now. In this terrible place.
You are not going to go running off anywhere?
No, Arkady. I'm gonna stick with you guys. Hey, Arkady,
If you're worried I am going to kill you, you have nothing to fear.
Oh, no, don't worry about that, Arkady. This rat, though, he seems less hurt than the ones we took care of.
Yeah, so if you observe him, he appears to be kind of like raspily breathing, but very shallow, like he is on the brink of death but has not quite died. And you can see that his legs... So his legs are crushed. He is unconscious at this time. But his knees have essentially been blown backwards, right? So his entire leg is snapped like upwards. It's pretty grotesque. But it was done by Hannibal's magic, specifically to attempt to cripple him, in which he succeeded, and it looks like either pain or shock or blood loss caused him to pass out. He, however, did succeed on 3 death saving throws. So he is stable, but unconscious for an undetermined amount of time as well. Same as the other 3.
Arkady, are you okay with me putting this one down?
Yeah. On one hand, yes. On the other hand, I feel like this is very specific injury. It's not quite... Hannibal does not do things for no reason. For stupid reasons, yes, but not for no reason. So, if he'd aimed to break this one without killing it, perhaps there is reason he wanted it alive. I would say we wait for him to wake, and then we kill it. After we ask him.
Alright.
Side note, you're now my favorite person on the planet.
Chester is going to pull out some rope and tie up the scapeman.
Perfect. Yeah, you're gonna tie up his arms, and he was the one that. He was the one that was wielding the fighting claws, right? And so they're actually like grafted into the bone on his arms. So it's kind of awkward, like getting him to like come together so you can tie them, but you eventually do. But it's also would be impossible to like disarm him at the same time because he's had like surgically implanted. You could also just cut off his hands though, if that's something that you wanted to do.
I mean,
Yeah, then
very
you might bleed to
specifically. Yeah. Chester doesn't. I mean, he wants to kill him, but he's believing in Arkady. So he would actually take his dagger and sort of line up his arms and shove the dagger through them, just to keep them
Sure. Yeah.
less mobile.
Yep. Sounds great.
I have rope.
Well, no, so they're tied, but I assume that he is, like,
Okay,
using the
he's
dagger to
tying
then...
them and then nailing them. Gotcha.
Right, he's nailing the knot that he tied the arms in down, right? That was the intention there?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's totally something you can do. And that will definitely make him more immobile than he could have before. Although, he's not in a great position to fight here.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, you know, the whole grafted blades on his arms that can cut through ropes. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Enough wiggling or something could perhaps work on that, yeah, for sure.
It's fair.
So I think we can fast forward a couple of hours then, because nothing's going to encounter you within those 2 hours.
Oh, thank God.
And and so maybe Chester, you're still gazing out, and Petrov, maybe you've relit another torch or whatever, and you're, just kind of, maybe you have some like snack or something that you're eating, and you see Morella, her eyes flutter, and Morella, you wake up lying on your back in a different position than you were. And like clearly like drugged, and like maybe you can see now that some of your wounds have been bandaged, and like you're just staring up at the cold ceiling, and the light is kind of flickering, but it's like way more silent than the cacophony of battle that was ongoing when you passed out.
Yeah.
And you fucking hurt, like everything hurts.
Yeah.
Also, you get one hit point, by the way.
Okay.
Because that's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works. So she like, as she starts waking up, it is just a loud, audible like, grunting cough that comes from her, and before she starts slowly attempting to sit up, and like as she's like doing it, she's groaning in pain as she does it, as she looks around and grabs her head, and she's like, what in the earth? What? And she sees Arkady, and she's like, Arkady, what happened?
We survived. Yeah, we killed most of them, or all of them. I believe there is one still prisoner. You are well. Theron is recovering. Hannibal is, I believe, recovering. It's hard to tell with him. Chester is keeping guard, and Vi is gone.
Yeah, and she like, it doesn't like register in her mind right away. Like she groans, and she's like, "So everyone is fine? Wait, what do you mean? Vi is gone."
Yeah, Chester has seen to her body. She could not be saved.
And she like, at this point, like Marilla is getting like more like conscious and clear, and she like slowly attempts to stand up, barely, but like you could see her legs wobbling a bit as you say that, and she looks at you and she's like, her body? What? You're not making sense, Arkady. Where is she? Where is Vi?
She is dead. It's fairly clear. We are weaker for it. Wish it had not been, but is so.
Yeah, and she like looks at you with a blank expression, and she's like, Arkady, if this is some joke of yours, this is a very sick one.
Morella.
No, if it were a joke, I would kill Chester.
Morella, this is not a joke. Vi's gone.
And
Yeah,
Morella,
she starts looking around.
At that point, like when the comprehension dawns upon you, there is a sharp pain in your back. And it probably like brings you to your knees, unrelated to your current injuries.
Yeah. She like goes on her knees in this pain as like she reaches for her back and maybe grunts a little bit and cries out.
It feels as though you're being branded.
Mm-hmm. And she takes it, and there is no like crying. There is no. It's just grunting of pain, and then she like looks up at Arkady, and she's like, "Where is she?"
Lady Fairhead, what happened to you?
Not mind me now. Where is she? Where is Vi?
She is gone.
Chester saw to her body, I say.
And where is her body?
Morella, she is gone. No one and nothing will touch her body or see it anymore.
Unless they're
Do
like
not go
well
there.
monsters.
Well, monsters.
And still like her arms propping her chest up as she's like staring at the ground now because she's been talking to you, not like she looks down at the ground and she's like, she is really gone then.
Yes, is true.
Yeah, and I think it's at about that time that Hannibal, you were kind of like propped up on the table in order to like treat the wounds that you had received, and so you kind of like your eyes flutter open and you see the light shining on Morella, who's like propped up on her elbows, and Arkady and Chester both kind of like kneeling next to her.
I just realized something if they treated my wounds.
Yeah, but you had not received a chest wound, so you were good.
Okay, yeah. So I open my eyes.
Uh-huh.
I see Morella on her knees. I see Arkady. I see Farron laying down. I see Chester.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I get up. Fuck. Ow.
Master, I would suggest that you do not get up too quickly. You've
Fuck
lost a lot of
you,
blood.
Dane.
Chester's gonna sort of elbow Arkady. Hannibal's awake.
Yes, don't kill it yet.
Ow. Ow. I approach.
Master, it is good that you are alive.
You know what? Thank you for that. You did good, Dane. I think you did. I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah, and Dane just like silently nods.
I assume you did good. Did you do good? And I look at Arkady and Chester.
Yeah, most of us are fine, so I suppose
What do you mean most?
we've lost Vi.
You can't really see his face, so you just see
Just a
blankness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just that weird like staring silence that like the dumbfounded just falls upon.
I see. I'd look at Chester and say, I'm sorry.
What are you sorry for, Hannibal?
I'm sorry that I'm sorry that she's gone.
Well, thank you. And Chester does a very slight bow.
Yeah, at this point there's audible sobbing coming from Morella.
I get down and kind of pat Morella on the back.
Yeah, and as you do that, she says, "Do not touch there. It hurts."
Okay, I go for the shoulders.
So I think Hannibal, you like pat, and you can see that some of Morella's shirt has actually been fused with the skin. and it just looks like an X.
I'm gonna say, you know about the... I just kind of like wait for her. You've got a thing.
What do you mean, Hannibal?
Do you know what's on your back?
She looks back at you, and what you see is a very distraught, and her eyes are beginning to water.
Okay, don't worry. It's horrible. I know. It's horrible to lose someone.
And you see her slam her fist against the ground once before continuously doing it over and over again, muttering something incoherent as she does this.
Cool. So, do you guys ask Hannibal about the Skaven that is currently still alive?
Yeah, once it looks like he's no longer too distracted with Morella.
Sure.
It takes me about 20 minutes of just consoling her, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give consolidation time. And Chester would probably be the first one to ask, actually. He would walk up to Hannibal after a given amount of time and
Hey,
say,
we found Skaven you.
What?
we found a Skaven that was left alive. Was that your work?
Yep.
Do you need him for anything in particular? We have him tied down in the corner.
Yes. Let's wait till Farron awakes. I'm tired of running into ambushes. And I really want to know what they were doing here. Plus, I plan on having some fun, and I think you'll want to, too.
Not particularly.
Just me, then.
Yeah.
Sorry, what exactly are you planning here?
I'm gonna get some information out of them.
Oh, wonderful. You think you're interrogated now?
So about another 40 minutes pass, and Farron awakens. And he's...
In that time... Sorry. In that time, would there be a short rest?
No, not quite. But don't worry,
Yeah.
we're getting there, Hannibal. I promise. Farron awakens, and he is the most surprised to awaken, as he had, for all intents and purposes, sacrificed himself so that the others could get away. So when he does awaken to the sight of Arkady, he probably just starts to like tear up, saying that I'm glad he didn't die, and then he probably sheds a few tears for Vi, and probably sets about the work of I don't think he would use any magic right away, but I mean maybe he probably does this though. He probably suggests that the best thing to do now would be to set up the hut again and take a rest, like a proper long rest, even if it's early, because
I mean, it doesn't matter down here. It's always dark anyway.
Right, exactly. And they would be the safest in there from any further ambushes, and would be able to recover their strength and prepare for whatever else may come, unless there were any like additional exploring that need to be done or anything like that.
I would think perhaps we deal with this one. He kicks at the remaining Skaven before anybody sleeps. Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Agreed.
I need a short rest before I can really do anything to him.
You can take another 20 minutes.
It's been an hour. You can have your spell back, Hannibal.
Okay, I won't roll hit dice because I feel that'd be cheating if we're going to a long rest after that.
Sure. Okay.
Because I remember us having this exact conversation like within the first 3 sessions?
Yeah, so generally, like, you're allotted 2 short rests per 24-hour period. And you guys haven't taken one yet, because you didn't take one in between the combat, so you're entitled to one, like a full-on short rest.
Dumb.
Oh, so I can roll hit dice
Sure,
if you're
you
okay
want
with
to,
it.
yeah.
Ah, fuck, I need to.
God, Arcadi, we need to roll so many hit dice right now.
Yeah. There's something that's gonna happen with Morella then.
Farron, however, will have to wait until the proper long rest is done, because he just woke up. So, I'll save his for after the long rest.
10,
Alright, so mine is...
Do the math,
47.
boys.
31. All of mine 31, that's 32. And I spent all my hit dice. So, I approach this thing.
Yeah.
Is it awake yet?
So no, it is not, but you could wake it if you wanted to.
I'd like to first just grab the ropes and drag it back in here.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, and you, like, nail the dagger into the ground again? Like, above its head or whatever? Sure.
In that case, I'll pin it up to a wall.
Sure, yeah. Can totally do that.
And at that point, I'd like to cast Tongues.
Okay. So you cast tongues upon yourself. I mean, you can speak and listen.
Understand.
And understand any language. Sure.
Mm-hmm. Then I slap it in the face.
Okay. Yeah, and after it takes like 2, right, to like wake it up, and it kind of like shakes its head, and it wakes up, and it's like it kind of like opens one of its beady black eyes, and this is one of the black Skavens, so it's like it's very muscular, very buff, and it awakens, and it kind of like looks at you, and it does like the struggle just to kind of see its position that it's in. And it sees its hands above his head, and it's very securely tied, and then, like, also nailed to the wall. And there's that moment of, like, look around real quickly, but then he realizes there's, 5 of you in here, and he's not going to be doing anything. And then his eyes fall on you, Hannibal, standing right in front of him. What do you do?
I slap him again real quick. Just one more to make me feel better.
Sure, yeah, you backhand him one more time, and his head snaps to the side. And he turns and he looks at you.
Your name is Hellboy.
He hasn't let out any noise or said anything. He's just staring at you.
So I bet you're wondering why you haven't met the horned one yet, aren't you? You see,
Yeah, and
I have a couple questions.
I think that he looks and he like maybe.
Well, it's because I have some questions.
Humans and their questions. Always asking, always talking, always saying things.
Man, you're really chatty for somebody who just had their leg broken, aren't you?
He kind of like looks down at his legs, and like he's like, the pain is nothing compared to what the Horn One will do to the world.
Sure. So, I want to ask you some questions. You want to give them up? And I please, employees, say no.
Yeah, and I think he looks at you and he says, answer or don't answer. It doesn't matter. I'm dead either way. You leave me here, I die. My clan thinks I betrayed them, I die. Or you kill me and I die. Either way gets the same results.
Just real quick, Chester is very pointedly going to walk out of earshot during this interrogation.
Sure.
Not out of sight, just out of earshot.
Sure.
Morella is towards Chester then.
What if I told you you didn't have to die, and I can make you stronger?
I think he looks at you and he's like, humans and their talking and their promises always lies. Skaven, more evolved, higher adapted.
I turn to Arcadi and Farron and say, Would you mind leaving me alone for a moment?
What exactly do you intend to do? You haven't been translating anything of what you or he been
Right,
saying,
you guys have been talking in Skaven.
It's a show of trust, let's say.
Yeah, very well.
So, I get up to here. Can it, like, how far away is everybody?
They're a little ways away. What do you? I mean, they're not out of earshot, or some of them are out of earshot, but not all of them.
So, when I get right here and I get to where that nobody can see the front of me,
Mm-hmm.
I show him my chest.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that he looks as he's bathed in a faint green glow, and he looks down. And he says, "Human knows no better. Human plays with things he does not understand.
Oh, I don't play with anything.
Human will die from the warpstone."
Who do you think gave this to me, buddy? One of you. And I know where he is. And he can make you just like I was. Like I am. I was weak. I was nothing. Then I got this.
Yeah, and I think he goes, "Strong I am, though, without my legs. You fix legs. That fix legs.
This fixes everything.
Warpstone is currency. Warpstone is greed. Clan Scab. We don't need for greed. We need for death of humans who wronged us, kicked us out of our homes, slaughtered our children. That is the true test."
Like I said, buddy, if you have this, you'll have all the strength you need to do anything you want.
And I think he laughs back and he says, "I need no strength. Strength comes from the Great Horned One and our leader."
I laughed as he says you don't need strength. You don't, do you? And then I point at his legs again.
Yeah, and he kind of like looks down again, and he's very like kind of solid in his answer, and he looks at you and he just gives you that like toothy smile and he says, "You are already cursed, human. You will not feel it like the others. For that you should be grateful."
So, I'm not getting the. Can I do an inside check to see how really solid he is?
Sure. Yeah, roll an insight check. He seems fairly resolved to die.
Oh shit! I forgot.
What?
Dane, get on him.
Okay. So you're gonna have Dane
his-
touch him?
Yeah, it also reveals his current emotions.
Okay. Alright. Let me get his thing. Humanoid. He is a black Skaven. It's a charisma saving throw, right?
That doesn't matter. It's the charisma saving throw is only for detecting alignment. It still tells me like surface emotions and all that.
Well, I rolled an 18 anyway. So
Like if you want, I could just throw it out there so that you can see what it is.
He seems resolved. Would be, I think, the emotion that he is settled upon.
Do I have anything that can change that?
He assumes that he is dead already. Or will be shortly, regardless of what you may or may not promise him.
Oh, he will be.
Yeah, he is. I'm done. If I can't get any information out of him, he's useless.
Well, I mean, you did get some information out of him, whether or not you chose to listen to it.
Oh yeah.
Like, unknowingly, you received information from him, right?
Yeah, talk about I wouldn't feel it as much as the rest.
Well, and also before that, he actually told you his clan name.
What, Jake? What was it? Sorry.
Yeah. He told you
Tell
he
me.
was from Clan Scab. That's
I thought you.
S-K-A-B. No, that's
literally
actually
thought
his
that-
clan name.
I thought that was an insult.
Nope. That's actually his clan name.
Can I actually roll then to see if I
You
recognize?
can roll a history check, yes, to see if you can recognize that.
I love you, Jordan. Inspiration on that shit.
Okay.
Dude, I don't even remember you fucking saying that. So, good on you.
It's fine. I thought you might have missed it because there was no, like, exclamation of joy. Alright, that's a good inspiration there, spent. So, rolling a 19 is pretty good. So you know that Clan Scab used to live underneath of Nuln. And during the years of the plague, Nuln was one of the hardest cities hit, but it was also one of the hardest cities resisted back at the end of the Red Plague. And all of the Skaven were essentially wiped out, like butchered to the last member. Clan Scab used to be like... They were never a major clan, but they were a minor clan, like, that could have challenged one of the major clans, one of the 13, for sure. They are generally an offshoot of Clan Pestilin, is where they offshoot from. Clan Pestilin being the more religious sect of Skaven. One of the more religious clans, and obviously dealing a lot with sickness and disease and death. So, take that information and do what you will with it.
Okay, I would like to say, you said Scab Clan. I thought you were wiped out.
I think, yeah, he looks and he says, nothing truly kills the Skaven. We breed faster than you, we're stronger than you, humans. And he kind of, like, spits on the ground next to you. He's like, you're all the same. You say that Skaven are diseases that must be wiped out with no remorse. Humans are far worse than us.
Sure. And how'd you get here from Null?
He kind of like looks at you and like shakes his head a little bit. He's like, Skaven are not so stationary as you may think. Faster and swifter. We can swim farther. There is means of transportation between here and there.
It said you're gonna die anyway. You mind telling me what you're doing here? I found your notes.
I think that he just smiles and he says, they will experience the plague of Clan Scab. Our priests are far better than those of Pestilence. We understand the rot.
The rot?
Yes, the rot. The rot that hides in everyone's blood. All humans and dwarves and halflings and elves.
Have I ever heard of the rot? Is that a Skaven thing?
He doesn't appear to be using it like a noun or like a proper noun. He appears to be talking about something that exists in blood.
Oh. That
he's named or they've named the rot.
Could I make a check to try to see what specific thing they're talking about? Or no?
I mean, not really. He's giving you no details. Like, what he might be talking about.
Okay. So your priests are better than the ones from the Clan Pestilence. How many of them you got?
I think he kind of like smiles. He's like, our numbers will spread across the lands far and wide.
I kind of just look at him. And then I call back Arkady. Hey, Arkady!
Are you ready to kill it yet?
Maybe. You got anything you want to ask it?
What would I possibly have to ask Skaven?
I don't know. I just figured it'd be a courtesy.
Do we know if how many more there are down here?
How many more are there down here?
Yeah, so you relay the message. And I think that he kind of like looks around. He's like, it appears that I am the only one left. How fortunate for you at this time. But not for everyone else. It means they have fled already.
I yell over. He's lying to me. He's not trying to deceive me. Like, what
So
is
is it
that?
time to kill it?
Sure. I don't really care that much, but
No,
Chester
I
or
feel
somebody.
Chester or Mirella will prefer to do job.
All right.
So do
Yeah.
we
First come, first serve.
do we fade to black on the scene of Chester and Marilla like walking in, cracking their knuckles, and like Chester?
Oh no,
sharpening
there's
a
a whole
blade?
scene during this entire thing. During that
Chester-
entire conversation.
You want me to translate for you?
No, not at all. There's just going to be something else that's happening with Marilla and Chester.
Okay.
So during this conversation with Hannibal and the Skaven, Morello, sees you walking away, Chester, and begins walking close to you. And you can see her eyes are red, no longer crying at this point. But there is a fierce anger within her expression on her face. Do you say anything to her while she stands close to you?
Nothing at all. Chester is actually just rummaging in his backpack, checking what he has
and
left.
so she probably interrupts you during your rummaging, and she's like, Chester,